Hello everybody and welcome to V.E.D.A vlogging kinda sorta every day in April. Hopefully next year we do a hell of a lot of a better job, but for participating in my first ever V.E.D.A, I would say I did pretty damn good. What with life kinda getting in the way and being tired and just being forgetful. You know what, for my first time, I give myself a solid B+. Let's try and boost that to an A or an A+ in the year 2020. Hopefully, you can see all my videos clearly. Is anybody else just really gonna be happy when those 2020 memes are gone? Throughout this month, I have talked about favorites. This has been our month of favorites. And these things have ranged from the mundane to things that have really impacted my life. You know, never expected a video about favorite colors to kind of reveal some things about me. And that was the thing. I wanted to reveal some things about me, so to help my fan base, whether new or old, get to know me better. You know, if my page blows up over the next couple of years and more people find me, you can go back to these videos and you can see what some of my favorite things are. My favorite video games and songs and movies, down to my favorite wrestlers, you know, down to my favorite color. Today I'm going to be talking about a topic that is kind of broad, but you guys already see the title of the video. I'm going to talk about my favorite type of people. Now, that being said, if you're outside of this type of person, it doesn't mean that we can't be friends. It doesn't mean that we can't talk. Quite the contrary, I'm actually friends with quite a number of people who are a little outside my comfort zone, and I consider them to be very, very good friends of mine. People that I would trust with my life. But they don't typically fall into the category of people that I would necessarily talk to, and are a result of circumstance and discovery. Let me get into specifics. I'm not a very 420 friendly person. I don't like weed. I don't like discussions about weed. I don't like being around it. I don't like being around people who are under the influence of it. That's just my own personal thing. I understand why it's legalized. If anything, I might slightly agree with it being legalized, although the specifics of the laws I'm a little iffy against. That being said, again, I am friends with many people who toke the devil's lettuce, and the key thing is they don't do it in front of me. They're not under the influence when they're in front of me. This is a sacrifice that they choose to make in order to be able to hang out with me. Something that I do not take for granted. I understand that for some people it is a very big part of their lives, and to, you know, not be around it because you value me as a friend, I take as a very big honor, and I will never misuse that trust and that that level of friendship. So, you know, my favorite type of people ideally would be someone who's not into that, so that I don't have to, you know, force them to change their lives around me, and, you know, I don't have to deal with it myself. When it comes to girls, I love the adorable, tiny, little princess, feminine types. I love long hair above all else. I think that probably like 90% of girls who have short hair can't pull it off. You know, I think a lot of them think they can, but they just look like, either they look like a boy, or they look like some sort of early 90s MySpace having fucking fool. And again, you know, girls do not have to be any specific thing to please me. I am not nearly that conceited, although I am a god. But this is just all personal preference. If you see me dating somebody who has very short hair, there's mitigating factors in that, because I believe that I need to have a physical and an emotional attraction to someone. So, and I have a very hard time having a physical attraction to short-haired girls. That being said, Ruby Rose could fucking get it, but that's not the topic. I'm a very big fan of the Pitch Perfect movies, and she does not need to grow her hair out. She just needs to be a babe, and she is a babe. In terms of friends, I like someone who's not very easily offended by vulgar and, let's be honest with each other here, sometimes kind of tasteless jokes. I am a very openly comedic individual. I don't run my jokes through a filter before they come out. I like to push buttons as long as everybody's having fun. If I'm legitimately pushing buttons, someone needs to tell me. That's another thing. I like people who can communicate. This is not like yelling at somebody. This is not, you know, this doesn't even have to be verbal. The social medias are huge at this point. If you've got my number, text me. You know, if you're a non-confrontational person and you don't like, you know, coming up to me being like, hey, you know, these jokes that you make when we're together, like, I don't really appreciate them. They make me feel a little uncomfortable. Text me, message me, fucking Twitter DM my ass, if you're my friend. You know, I think if people were to Twitter DM me and be like, oh, you made this joke on episode 24 of, you know, your Fire Red and Leaf Green Soul Link, and I don't like this, could you stop doing this? Probably not, because me and Craven, we know our joking patterns. If you don't like our joking patterns, my channel may not be for you, and that's okay. You know, I may be losing a viewer, but I'm staying true to who I am, and it allows you to go out and find similar people who have a more PG attitude towards Let's Playing that, you know, you can find and who will entertain you. I like people who are confident, because it is something that I do not myself have. And I don't think a lot of people have. You know, this is a pipe dream personal quality that I typically don't find in a lot of people. Confidence. Confidence in your body. Confidence in who you are as a person. You know, knowing your worth. This is not the same thing as cockiness, by the way. This is not the same thing as, like, you know, well, they should like me because I'm a good person. Nobody should like you. Nobody has to like you. But, you know, if someone doesn't like you, it's going, you know, they didn't like me, and that's cool. But I like me. I don't feel the need to change. I don't think I'm hurting anybody. It just didn't work out this time. I hope they find what they need. It's kind of like what I just said with my channel. You know, that if someone doesn't like my channel, I'm very confident in how I do my videos. So, you know, this is what you're going to get when it comes to me. So, if you don't like it, I'm okay with someone not sticking around. You know, I think there are several people out there that can entertain you in the way that you want. I don't think, like, hey, you should like me because I'm being myself and, you know, you're a prude and all that. No, of course I don't. Certain humor styles are not for people. You know, certain body types are not for people. You know, you've always met somebody out there who's got a really hot body neck to down, but, like, neck up, they look like a topographical map of fucking England. You know, and that's the thing, is you're like, oh, that bitch got an ugly face. Well, if the girl was like, I like my face, I think that I have a very pretty face. If you don't, then that's okay. You know, we're all entitled to our own opinion. But if she's like, I'm the hottest thing walking, or if you're like, you know, making fun of her because of her face, like, that's a cunt. Don't be a cunt. Unless that cunt is charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. I'm trying to think of what else. You know, obviously, I have physical types that I like in terms of attraction. Like I said, I like girls that are shorter than me, because they're adorable. I like long hair. I tend to prefer girls who are more athletic or thinner, because, honestly, like, I don't find myself attractive, you know, because nothing about this says I've got my shit together. You know, it's something that I hope to change someday, but as of right now, you know, it's nothing about being chubby or overweight says to me, like, yeah, that person really knows where they're going in life. This, again, is something that has been gone against in the past. I have dated chubby girls before that were beautiful and absolutely sweet as hell, and I promise you, I have gotten down with the thickness before. But this is like a tends to be. Race, I have yellow fever, y'all know this. I think that Asian girls are fucking, like, gorgeous by default. Them K-pop girls, Japanese girls, doesn't matter. Only ever dated one Asian girl in my life, and it was a terrible, terrible idea. Not because she was Asian, but because she was, say it with me, folks, a cunt. So, yeah, I'm a little bit gun shy, but I'm willing to go deep into the pad thai again, if you know what I'm saying. That's a noodles. That is not what I should be saying. Although, I mean, I'm not against going out with a really hot Asian chick and finding out she got some pad thai going on. What was I talking about? Yes, I don't really exclude a race. I've dated the racial quadrifecta. You know, black, brown, yellow, and black, and white. So I don't really center one out as being bad, but Asian girls are hot, and Asian guys are hot. Asian guys are so hot. My accents, Australian, New Zealand, British, that kind of thing. Yep. Yeah, name's in. Yep. Yes, it is, buddy. Boys. When it comes to boys, man, I'm shallow as shit. I like a guy that you could fucking fry an egg on. It sounds so bad, but at least I'm being honest with it. So now you guys know what my favorite types are physically, and what they are emotionally, what they are mentally. You know, if your idea of a date is, you know, going in the truck and going through the mud, probably am not compatible with you. I'm a city girl through and through. But I'm also not a fancy restaurant person. Let's cook fucking like cream cheese and broccoli and cauliflower stuffed portobello mushroom caps. Just sexy as fuck. And let's sit in and watch fucking Balto. Cuddle up on the couch. That's me. You know? I'm a city girl, but I'm not a material girl. Not at all. My family raised me to be very, very grateful for anything that we had. So, there's that. This video is not going to have a definitive, you know, what is my favorite person. Because it varies depending on whether I'm looking for a partner, a friend, male, female, you know. It really does depend on the situation. So I decided to throw all of that out there to you guys and basically say, those are my favorite type of people. If you don't fall under that, once again, this doesn't mean that I won't talk to you or that I'll shun you or that I will shame you. It just means there's a lower chance that I'm probably going to stick around. It's unfortunate, but we have personalities and types of people that we mesh with easier than others. But I think that there are exceptions to every single rule, and with that, go out and meet people. Meet different personalities. Meet people whose personalities clash with yours. And meet people that you don't think you'd ever meet before. You know, go out and socialize. I know it's scary. As a geek, I know it's scary. I have my own social anxieties. I have performance anxieties. I don't like change in my life. I don't respond to it very well. I like things to be neat and organized and repetitive. I love repetition in life because repetition is the status quo. It is what I'm used to. It's what I'm used to dealing with, so I have ways of dealing with it. With socializing, you need to go out there and you need to take risks. You need to put your heart out there and trust people and love people, and it's difficult and it's scary, and sometimes it can end terribly when you put your heart into something and someone else doesn't. But if you don't take that risk, you're not living. This world is a crazy place. But the best parts of this world are better when they are shared with other people. When you find yourself having an amazing experience and something that is truly unforgettable that is going to change your life, and you look around to cheer and there's nobody around you, that can kill the vibe super quick. So, you know, I'm not saying change who you are to keep friends. I'm saying that if it doesn't work out, that it's okay to cry, and it's okay to hurt, but it is not okay to quit. It is not okay to give up, and it is not okay to wallow in your own self-pity. Pick yourself back up and learn about ways to meet people. And that is the deepest I am willing to go on this very silly V.E.D.A series. But if you guys liked this video, try to make that like button your bitch. Don't put down anything for our month of favorites because we are done as of today. Today is day 30 of V.E.D.A. And tomorrow, it's gonna be May. And May brings with it a lot of hope, a lot of flowers and beauty in the wake of rain and depression. So, I have some marble throwing anime games to get back to. Let me know in our comment section down below what I should do for V.E.D.A next year. You know, we got a whole year to figure that out. But until then, and until next time, I'm the Medieval Massacre, and that's the 411.